Morning, morning. Friday. It's gonna be a great trading day today, guys. Fridays, a lot of traders don't like to trade Fridays. I don't mind Fridays, to be honest with you, because the way that we trade in our room is we scalp. And so we're typically in and out. So it doesn't really scare me to trade on Fridays. A lot of people or a lot of rooms you're gonna see that they will talk about how, like, oh, I don't trade on Fridays or whatever because it's fake out Friday, all that, which is fine. But if you know about the fake out Friday, um, it could be very profitable, right? If you trade in a scalping method. So 8:30 report just came out. Watch this. I'm actually not looking at it. But remember we had the news event at 8:30. You can see that starting to impact. So it must have came out possibly bearish. Let's take a look at it. It's the retail sales one, guys. Let's take a look at that since we know that's impacting. Let me move this over here so you guys can see. So when I check out the news, if you guys are signed up on Bodrock, you just, even if you're on the free account, you get this. You just click on economic events. It's going to open up here, and we'll just scroll down to Friday. Retail sales, oof, down. People are not spending money, guys. Look at this. We were down or down 0.2%. Projection was 0.4. We came out at -1. Ooh, man, I'm telling you, watch this. It's gonna be a great day of trading, guys. It's gonna be interesting to see. Um, you got to remember, guys, we're in such a weird spot. I don't know what's going on for YouTube here. Give me a moment. I I'm sharing. I'm displaying my camera, and it keeps locking up on me. I don't know why. Let me give me a moment here. Let me flip over to my other camera here. Do do do. Yeah, let's see if this one holds. I don't know if it's like the camera that's messing up or not. Um, but when we're high in the range like this, we've had so much bullish news. You got to be really careful because good traders have entered the market early, right? So if they believe there's any like inkling that we're going to go down, then they're going to take their profits, right? So you can kind of see what the pre-market's doing. We're just starting here. You got the pre-market spies, bouncing all over the place. Obviously, SPX is trying to, push its up, push down. Now it's trying to make its push back up. Keep an eye on the Dixie though, right? Because this can push up as much as it wants, but if this continues to push up, this is going to come down. It's going to break. The buyers will get tired, and sellers will kick in, and the fall is going to be pretty nasty. But um, so we're gonna keep an eye on this, right? We also have the VIX. Remember, so the VIX is actually dropping on this, right? So remember, when the VIX drops, it's bullish. So people are calm. They think that it's okay to still put money in the market. So even though the Dixie is climbing, the VIX is dropping. So you can see that's what's causing this pressure up. But eventually, if this continues to climb, this will revert because this does not control this. It's the other way around. This will revert, and you're going to see a boom, big drop like that. So um, right now it's just a battle, right? So it's kind of like tug of war. See who gets tired first. So um, as we talked about, we put out in the room. I'm going to touch on it just briefly here, but if you go out to the SPY, guys, we're at like really high levels. Now, can we go higher? Sure. This is like the first phase of what we could do within these wicks. We did break this trend line, and that's what this thing is fighting right now. It's trying to hold this trend line. If this trend line collapses, I would suspect it's going to be a pretty good fall today. Now, um, again, keep in mind the last, 6 times that we hit this level, it rejected like crazy. And some of them took a little bit, right? Some of them found early support, but eventually the rejection was pretty good. So if I'm trading, options today. If I want to be bullish or think about taking a call, I need it to break this level here, the 41.54, and hold as support. I will not take a put up here because the likelihood of us being above the trend line and breaking these levels, pushing north is pretty good, pretty strong, right? Now, being the fact that we're getting that down pressure, we have that slightly bearish news on the retail sales. I'm thinking more put. When the market opens, right? So if I start to see some, like we just we were doing the academy um, videos. One of the things that we go into real deep is talking about candles, right? So we have this long wick building here. If we get a bearish confirmation, guys, it's going down, right? Now, if we have the long wick and your body here, right, then you're going to end up waiting for that confirmation. If the confirmation flips the other way, then up we go. So this is on the hour chart. If you guys want to see like each time frame has its own thing, right? So you have your doji and your bearish confirmation, right? It's coming down here, but we do have a support level. So um, we just need to see this support level broken, retested, down we go. So it's kind of where I'm at with the SPY or the SPX, sorry, and the SPY is really about the same. So my strategies don't change. See what I was talking about? Dixie keeps climbing. See how the VIX tricks you, right? The ease people had is now swapping to fear because the Dixie continues to climb. Um, let's touch on the Dixie. You guys know I put out in the Market Inside this morning that I firmly believe that we will hold this line here. This is the line that we held over here, right? So although we're below that long-term trend line, I think it's going to hold. And we'll come up and retest this area, possibly even if I extend this one out, right? We could possibly see it like do this right through the next weekend or a few days um, into next week, right? And then if we're still bearish or bullish in the markets, right, we'll see a rejection up here, and that will push us north again on that. So that's kind of where I'm at. Just watch the Dixies. Fridays are fake move Fridays, but we did get some news today, right? So that's going to be that's going to impact that a lot. So let's touch on the market cap. A lot going on here. Let me mute the my harmonic tracker is like one of my favorite indicators that we created, but I'm going to mute that real quick. All right, so we talked about this in the market guidance here. We have entered a range where we range for like, I mean, this started like May 13th to like June 9th, like for like a month, right? We broke into this range. So there is a chance I mean, for like a month, we could, follow this range, right? That would end up being fairly bullish because you had the range and then we fell. You'll have the range and then it will likely pump. So what we're looking for is we need to break back below this level. If you're in shorts and you're trying to be, bearish thinking, you needed to break back below this black line right here. This black line is going to be huge for you. I still am. I have been following this potential trend line here. You can see we have broken that. So this trend line now is going to be tested as support. And I mean, we're kind of getting back into where we can slide over here and we can look at our previous resistance levels to figure out where our or I'm sorry, previous support levels are to see where our new resistance levels. So you can see a lot of hits within here, right? So if I want to draw an upper line on resistance, I probably would look around here. And the reason why is because you have a lot of support right through here, but you also have what was once resistance, right? So I would probably throw the line about right here. I don't know that I want it that big. Let's put it at like a 3. All right. And so now I always like to have a ceiling, right? So because when I'm trading, a lot of times as a scalper, you like to trade the rejections, right? And we get in, get out, and make our money. So I already put this out in the room, so I'm gonna delete these arrows. I'm gonna keep this line up here. I'm gonna delete this line for now. And then we'll, when we break this line, then we'll reassess where we think it could go. So But as far as the overall market cap, guys, like where I think it's going to go, I mean, we've hit our ceiling. I think that could we go a little higher? Sure. I mean, obviously we have this resistance up here, right? So there could be another push up, and we could just continue to range in this area too. So just expect Friday. They're going to try to trap people. That if the they want to be bullish, expect a down push today, to trap some short contracts, to wipe some long contracts, and then they would flip long. If we're going to end up in a bearish weekend, then it's likely we'll push, 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 push today, and then it's going to fall towards the market close. And so you can kind of keep an eye on that sentiment. So, but we are. I mean, you look at here. Um, we have some on the RSI standpoint. We have some room to go, but we are pretty overbought, and this is on the 6 hour, guys. Go to the 1 hour, and you can see if you were to put a line, on this right here, you can see, where we peaked out and we started to have our gap fills. And so we peaked out here again, had our gap fills, and now we've peaked out again, right? The other thing to take, note on, right, is although this called that bearish divergence here, you have a high here, you have a high here that's equal, but you have a lot higher high, right? Which is typically going to be some hidden bearish divergence. So again, we scalp in the room. So when I say that, I'm bearish, it's typically going to be on a shorter time frame. I'm just riding the wave down, then I'll flip and I go back bullish, right? So we don't typically trade. When I put trades in, I'm not putting them in for a week or a month. We do scalp in this room, so we do longer ones. I have had long trades before. When we were at these lower levels, I did some long-term longs, made some good gains. But up here, I'm scalping it. I'm not taking longs right now. I know how I'm missing some pumps. I took a couple, but I'm taking profit pretty quick. And mostly I'm staying short, guys. So like, when you come into Bitcoin, right, I'm looking for the bounces off of these lines. So when we hit up into this, 30,800 or 900, when the signals throw out to me, I look for that short signal. That's just how I'm trading it. So because to me the risk of how far we can go down with the wrong news, I don't know, like China invading Taiwan, um, the risk of that is just too great for me, versus the risk of pumping up. We could definitely go higher. We could hit 31K. We can hit 31.5, even 32, right? I mean, we've talked about in previous huddles, and we could see as high as 34, right? Over the next month. But think about this. We could see as high as 34. That's $4,000 movement of Bitcoin. We could see as low as 20K again, 15K again, 12K. The fall is far greater, far, riskier than what that pump could be. I could work my way out of a pump. Even if we went to 40K, I could work my way out of that if I had to. But if we fall down to 15K, it's going to get sticky, right? It's going to be hard. And typically, those of you who trade, you guys know, the falls come faster than the pumps. They just typically do. I mean, you can see like even right here is a perfect example, right? I mean, we had to like wiggle and work, and I mean, this was a nice little run, right? But to get back to here, this all happened in like a day or two. So the falls are a lot faster than the pumps. So you just gotta be careful. So as far as Bitcoin goes, I have a split chart here. We're actually working on a new indicator, guys. I'm gonna give you a little sneak peek. So we have not released this yet, but it's gonna be something related to Fibonacci type of trading, right? And so we're still tweaking the Fibonacci to auto run, but it's going to be something that's going to be along the line of helping you draw trend lines. So it will auto find these trend lines for you. Um, and then it's going to also help you, identify the Fibonacci levels. So we're still working on it. That is kind of more to come, right? We're always looking to build new indicators, new things for you guys, new tools. So, but yeah, this is still the range that I'm kind of looking at. I, I know I keep saying it, and I get, Nobody has a crystal ball, right? But we're gonna gap fill. I mean, it just it always does, guys. The win is the hardest thing as a trader, because people when you say things like gap fill or the infamous melt up, right? People expect it like right now, like as if you got insider trading coming on right now. But all I can do is stick to the charts. All I can do is stick to the history, the historical data, and at the end of the day, remember a gap fill does not have to mean that we're like here. We're not coming back to 16K right now. That's not a gap fill. A gap fill typically to be completed is you take the bottom of wherever that last gap fill ended. So let's use, I'm going to do this real fast, right, guys? So, and then we'll jump into the ATAs. So let's delete these arrows. I already put the inside out in the room. So, okay. So here's a perfect example. We did not touch the bottom. We were going to the moon, right? We were calling gap fill back here as well. Now, if you look at this, if you take your kind of line, right, and you draw it up to the peak of where the total run was. So somewhere about there, right? Now, if you pull that back about halfway, right, it's going to be somewhere like here, something like that, right? So you only have to fall half of what that pump was to consider it as a gap fill. So this was the gap fill, which is why here we told everybody go long. Like I had 8 pairs going long. It was amazing. By the way, we're dropping because of that news. So if you guys aren't took that short, but so I want you to take this point and I want you to run it. Originally we ran it up here, but now we have a higher high, right? So if you take this, and I'm just guesstimating, right? This yellow line here is actually almost spot on with our gap fill retest. Now, you do have EMAs, right? So we're on like the 6 hour here. These EMAs are going to be tough to break without some news, right? But I would suspect that at some point we're going to pull back like this, just like we did here, right? It's going to pull back like this. This could be a bounce, and this could be considered gap filled. Then we can create a bullish or a bottom or a distribution trade across, right? And then that would push us north again for, hitting that 32, 33, 34K. So although, yes, we could come as low as 23 down here, again, before that happens, right? Depending on the fall, depending on the news. If you're in shorts, I would just be super cautious of this bounce because this will be gap fill, completed, as well as previous resistance, which is super, super strong, now becomes support, right? So just be very careful of that. So just kind of a little touch on that. Again, look at BTC, the 6 hour. We're way overbought. I mean, you can go to the daily. We have some room to go, but still overbought. You have equal high on the RSI, way higher here. You still have that hidden divergence, bearish divergence. I mean, the 1 hour is like crazy divergence. Look at this. I mean, just they always collapse, guys. It just does. Um, so just be careful. Ethereum. Let's touch on this briefly. So obviously, you guys know Ethereum pumped harder than Bitcoin like a week ago, and then it fell pretty hard when Bitcoin wasn't falling right before the last news this week. And recently, you can see this had absolutely went like on a monster tear last night, right? I mean, you have the Shanghai stuff going on, right? In Asia, you got, fears of Taiwan getting invaded. I mean, there's a lot of reasons for Asia markets to put money into crypto, right? And because all the news is about Ethereum out there, it doesn't surprise me that Ethereum, got heavily bought into, right? But those who took their longs, right? I mean, they're going to take their profit too. So be careful of other alts because Ethereum's running so much. It is possible for other alts to catch up with it and run as well. So um, as far as the high, guys, I had to mark out a new high because I had a high right here of 2030, and it worked really well. It held it for a while, and then the Asia market just destroyed it. I mean, it literally didn't even stop. It just blew past it, right? Which is pretty nuts to me. Um, and then you can see this 2159 is kind of my next super strong level. If you go to the daily, how I figured that out, let's shrink this. So you got all this blue in here, but let's see if we can. All right, so let's highlight over it. So you can see we're about right here, right? The next level of testing, right? Since we just obliterate all these like Bitcoin hasn't done that necessarily, but Ethereum just obliterated all of this. And so the next stop that it has, guys, since it pretty much broke all of this too, it broke all of this. I mean, it created a higher high. Is going to be right at this wick. So, which is at January 26th, Wednesday. So, somewhere in there, 24th, 23rd, 24th. I'm zoomed out. I think it might be 24th. So, but this low wick you'll be able to see. So that's going to be the next like major rejection. So if you're looking to scalp shorts, right? If we reach anywhere around this 2150 range, I mean, although we could continue up, right? Always going to continue up. Um, the um, the rejection off of that initially is going to be wild. So, but again, pump, gap fill, pump. We could literally, guys, like not to doomsday it, right? But we could. I mean, Ethereum could fall all the way down into this level, 13K again, or 1300 again, right? It's very possible because you see the trend line right here. I don't have it marked, right? Let me move this one. We'll just pivot this one since we already kind of shattered that one. And I mean, this is kind of like the low, right? That I have for Ethereum. So, somewhere in the 1400 range. So it's very possible for us to go back there. For those who think that, oh, we won't go back there. Okay. When we were here, 2000, people said we're never going back to, 15, and we went back to 1,000, right? So never be overly bullish, never be overly bearish. Everything is a risk to reward ratio, and everything is going to be and or if, right? If we hit this and reject, we're going to start to descend. If we break this and hold, we're going to come up, right? And then we're going to reclaim this side here. So there's a lot of and or ifs. There's so much news going on. It's not even funny. You can do the best TA out there in the world, but at the end of the day, if you, um, you know, get caught up in news, it's just going to get caught up, right? And that's why you have to learn how to protect your trades, how to dollar cost average your trades if you need to, where to dollar cost average the trades, which is what we teach. For those of you guys have heard CK talk a lot about it, we have the academy, the Bajok Trading Academy that we released. We have a lot of material that's coming out in that. We actually just finished up one of our last couple of videos, but you can see in the academy if you click on that once you're in it, right? You get kind of something that looks like this, and we tell you exactly what we're going to be talking about, through each course, right? It's super laid out on that. So if you're looking to join the academy right now, we extended it to where we're going to allow more people to get that 10% off. So you can check out that academy and guys, if you're like super new, the academy is literally what we're building for you. I mean, we literally deep dive into as simple as, what are these candles everybody talks about? You hear people talk about candles. What is this? What does it mean? How do you trade it? What does it look like? What do the patterns look like? How do you know, what a doji is, what bullish engulfing is? Literally, we go that deep into understanding because we really want people that don't know anything to be able to come in. Look at this fall. Like I was talking about. Um, Apologize to the room here. I'm on this call, so I probably didn't put out the short that it probably threw, but let's look at it. So we put out these signals in the room. Yeah, it did call the short. So I'm a little late on it, guys. So I'm not going to send it out, but this is something I would have sent out if you were in the room. You would have got this short here. So And then Bitcoin's probably flipping the same way. Let's flip to my 2 minute. That's usually what I do on these signal calls. Not to get diverted, but I just want to kind of help you guys out. So yeah, Bitcoin's also short too. So Bitcoin's actually fairly early, guys. Let's put this one out. So I'm going to show you guys while we're on this call. I screenshot that. I typically, once I screenshot it, I just go over here, BTC short, and then um, this is how quickly we can do this, right? And then I just set up the image. You guys don't see this part, but that's okay. So those of you in the room, you guys will get this in about 2 seconds. And we're locked in. So it goes that fast. We're a little bit into, past the entry here. Probably still going to end up a pretty good entry though, guys. If you want to take that. If you're on TikTok, you're trading. If you know how to trade, what pattern do you see here? Head and shoulders. Boom. So shoulder, you have a nice double top here. I mean, lots of bearishness coming through this pattern. So, um, but yeah, so that's kind of where I see Bitcoin and ETH going. I got about 5 minutes left, guys. So I didn't mean to spend that much time on it, but we had a lot to talk about. Let's load up. So as you guys know, I'm running my automated traders. I have Aave, ETH, LTC, and Sol. So let's check those. I'm only running short. I want to show you guys how the ATA handled even through that pump on the shorts. So let's start out with Sol because I just added this one yesterday, right? So let's see how the ATA has done. So you can see this is where I added it. This is my yellow triangle, right? And that's the kind of the start of it. So it took a short, it closed it, took a short. Notice how it used the protocol. I allowed it to dollar cost average and got it out in profit because of it. Took another short, right? Look at it, how patient it was on this short. Did not even take it through that pump. It just ignored it and then took the short. Ignored the next pump, took the short, right? Took the short. I mean, just absolutely killed it. So even in a up market, right? I mean, Solana did super well. So, like $11, we made yesterday, but guys, it's 100% automated. I didn't do nothing. I didn't touch anything. So, if you guys followed me and you ran that, awesome job. Solana's doing well. So I'm gonna leave it. I'm not touching it. I think we're still going short. Let's go Aave. So Aave didn't get much of a pump, so we might be okay. Let's see. Looks like we're in DCA 1, so that's okay. So we started Aave here, DCA'd, took a nice profit, did another DCA, took a nice profit, and then so we're 3 trades in, and I had to DCA 3 times. Not sure that I like that much, but it is getting out, which is good. So we made about $11. You can see, I don't know if TikTok you can see that, but there's a status bar right here. So is what I refer to on the dollars. So my profit line is right here. I mean, it's like almost out, guys. I mean, it's so close. It's not even funny. So not too worried about it. I only allow one DCA, so either we're gonna pull back a little on market open, and it gets out, or we'll just kind of hang out and wait, right? So let's check our LTC and ETH. We'll try to do this quickly. Guys on TikTok or YouTube, if you're just now seeing this is an automated trader. We don't, these are all trades that are around 100% automated. So LTC looks like it did get caught in the pump here. So we did take some nice shorts here before that. We did DCA once, couldn't make it out. Look at this nice DCA at the peak here. It moved the entries. You're going to see when you look at this, the take profit range here after the dollar cost average, it moves the range with you. 100% automated. We had a nice strong dollar cost average here, and then that put our take profit range up here. So we're really not that far. And how you determine that dollar cost average is just right here. So you have full control of your settings. I told it to do a 3 times DCA here at not at the 0.9%. My mouse changed it on me. And then I had to do it at the 5% here for the second DCA. So, and then that was a 5 times. Now that second DCA being a 5 times, we do that purposely because look at how much it moved the entry. I mean, it really just moves it with the market, right? So even the slightest pullback right here is going to get that out. Um, so yeah, so that that's coming along pretty good. I have confidence this is going to get out today, if not probably really soon, honestly, because we're about to break this level here. So, um, Still letting LTC run. For those of you who don't know, who haven't been following me for a while, I haven't stopped running LTC or Ethereum short in like some time. Now my Ethereum, I'm pretty sure is pretty stuck, right? Ooh, look at this fall. Look at that. Hope you guys are in this short. See this Ethereum fall? Look at this. It's gonna break here. So let's take a look at my Ethereum. My Ethereum, I think, is pretty deep, but I'm patient with it. I'm not, I'll earn other ways. We're probably going to end up with an up over down situation. Like I said in my thing, US, is likely to flip it. So, yeah, my short's pretty deep here. So, I could add a DCA three, but I'm just really not going to, guys. I mean, not yet. I still have confidence that ETH is at least going to come back to here. With all the news going on ETH and stuff, I don't want to extend my margin because we could have a rise one, a rise two, and a rise three, right? Because of the news that's impacting it. So no point in rushing that, right? It's made $200 in 19 days. I'm just gonna be patient with it. If I would have DCA'd three up here, it probably would have moved my entry to somewhere around here. It's not enough to make that impact yet. So that the beauty of the ATA is you can be patient with it. You don't have to rush it, right? You can take your time. So that's kind of where I'm at on those. I'm not going to start any for now for this particular call. I was looking at really fast. I'll touch on it. I was looking at Doge. I don't run Doge. You guys know I don't run Doge a lot, but I do like how it's just kind of ranging here. And you can see that the shorts have actually done pretty good. 11 days made $57, and that's starting them down here. So I may, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I may decide to run Doge, but if I do, it's going to probably be after market close. I don't know that I want to right now. So, and if I miss it, I miss it, right? But that's one that I'm kind of looking at. I like the range here because if it goes up a little bit, right, I have my DCA protocols. You can see from here to here, it still took shorts and did pretty well. So that's one that I am looking at. But I hope this helps you guys out. We do these huddles every single morning, as you guys know, in the community, on where we're going to go with the market. Fridays are fake out Fridays, so just kind of beware of that bearish push. If you want to know, am I overly bullish or overly bearish today? I if I had to take a stab at it, I'm still fairly bearish on the if the open comes in, where we're fall. Think about it this way. Don't plan it as I'm bearish or bullish. Plan it as move with the market. So if the market opens on a Friday and we begin to go south, it is likely going to find support somewhere and we are going to shoot north. It's a move that they always do to trap traders. If the first move is north, right, then typically they're going to try to reverse that and trap south. But it is all heavily dependent on this Dixie here. So on whether or not the U.S. will reverse all of the hard work that Asia put into it. So hope that helps you guys out. If you're in the room, in the community, I am going to open. I didn't get that the Google Meet room open yesterday. We were working on a lot of projects. We had some meetings, and we're trying to finalize a lot of stuff in the academy. But I do want to get that open for you guys today, so I will open that at 9:30. We'll hang out for an hour, a couple hours, right? If you're not in the community and you want to come hang out, you can come in and sign up for free, just to come in and check it out. And you can join in, just say hi if you have any questions. So we're just gonna do a little trading on, the first couple hours. So, but I do have 9:03. Want to kind of keep this morning went to 30 minutes, but that's kind of where I see the market, what I'm looking at, and how I'm going to trade that today. So I hope that helps.